Hey everyone, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could shake things up for millions of people relying on Social Security across the country. Picture this. Former President Trump just dropped a massive announcement that might land $9,600 straight into your bank account as early as next Monday. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't some small tweak or vague promise. It's a bold plan that's already making waves, and it could mean real money for a lot of folks out there. Before I get into the nitty-gritty of who's eligible and how this all works, do yourself a favor and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Trust me, you'll want to stay in the loop as this story unfolds, especially since it could hit your wallet directly. So, what's the deal? Late last night, Trump unveiled what he's calling the American Seniors Protection Plan. It's a big, ambitious idea aimed squarely at people getting Social Security benefits, promising fast cash to help out right now. We're talking $9,600 in direct payments, and it's not just a random number pulled out of thin air. Economic experts who helped put this together say it's about 6 months' worth of extra support for the average person on Social Security. Why that amount? Well, it's meant to tackle the rising costs that have been squeezing seniors lately. Think inflation eating away at your budget or healthcare bills piling up. And the timing? It couldn't be more urgent, with so many older folks having to choose between meds, heat, or groceries. What's really turning heads is how this would roll out. Unlike those slow, drawn-out payment systems we've seen before, this plan says the money could start hitting accounts next Monday, bam, just like that. If you're already getting Social Security, whether it's retirement, disability, or SSI, you're likely in line for the full amount. No jumping through hoops, no tricky forms to fill out. It's designed to be simple. If you're on the rolls, you're good to go. No income limits, no cuts to your usual benefits, just extra cash, plain and simple. They're planning to use the Social Security Administration's existing setup to make it happen fast, with everyone eligible getting their funds within a tight 72-hour window. Now, you might be wondering where all this money's coming from. Here's the clever part. Instead of piling onto the national debt, the plan digs into inefficiencies in the system. They're talking about redirecting funds that aren't being used, cracking down on fraud, and tightening up wasteful spending. It's an approach that's got some people who usually hate big payouts nodding in approval. Even lawmakers who don't always see eye to eye are jumping on board, especially since the economy's been rough on seniors lately. The thinking is, this could stop a bigger problem before it spirals out of control. But let's pump the brakes for a second. This isn't a done deal yet. The proposal's got momentum, with some big names in Congress backing it, but there are still votes coming up in the next few days. That's where things could get dicey, and why keeping up with this matters so much. If it passes, you're looking at money in your account fast. If you're eligible, it won't mess with your regular Social Security checks. These payments are on top of what you already get. Oh, and taxes. Right now, they're saying this would be tax-free, labeled as emergency relief, so you keep every penny at both the federal and state levels. There's more to it, too. They've built in a safeguard so this cash won't knock you off other programs like Medicare, Medicaid, or food assistance, something that's tripped people up with past relief efforts. Plus, they're throwing in some longer-term ideas, like beefing up the Social Security Trust Fund and adding protections against inflation down the road. Those might not grab headlines like the $9,600 does, but they could mean steadier ground for years to come. And if you're in a tougher spot, say, you're on both Social Security and SSI or have big medical bills, you might even qualify for an extra $2,400 on top of the base amount. Economists are buzzing about this, too. They figure since most Social Security folks spend their money right away on things like food or bills, this could give a serious jolt to local businesses all over. Some are even tossing around numbers suggesting every dollar paid out could spark 3 times that in economic activity. Healthcare companies are perking up as well, with some already talking about discounts on meds or special financial advice for seniors to stretch this money further. Of course, they're not leaving the door wide open for scammers. The plan's got beefy fraud protections baked in. Think tighter verification and banks working hand in hand with the Social Security Administration to keep the bad guys out. If you don't have direct deposit, no worries. They've got options like paper checks, though those might take a few extra days. Looking ahead, this could be a game changer not just now, but as a model for future help if it works out. Other countries are even peeking over our shoulder, wondering if they could pull off something similar. The best part? You don't have to wade through a pile of paperwork. If you're already getting benefits, They'll use what's on file to sort it out. No applications, no hassle. If something goes wrong, they've got a hotline with trained staff ready to fix it, which is a big step up from the headaches of past programs. This thing's moving fast, so stick with us for updates. Share this with anyone you know on Social Security. It could be a lifeline for them. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments about what this might mean for you or your family. We'll be tracking every twist and turn, from the votes to the payouts, so you've got the full picture.